Okay, good evening, everybody. I would like to call the Hammond Redevelopment Commission meeting to order on this Tuesday, March 15th, 2016. It is now 4:30. If you can please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence after. Thank you. We have a roll call on the commissioners.
Here.
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 Here. All five are present. None are absent. Thank you. Number 3, declaration of conflict of interest. Number 4, communications. Okay, number 5, homebound conditional forgivable loan approval. We should have 5 applicants tonight. If they can come forward. Just kind of stand by the podium there. Welcome. Commissioners, would you like to ask the applicants anything tonight?
Yeah, the young lady standing at the podium, what's your name?
Cassandra Rosen.
Sandra. 2 questions. How did you hear about the program?
I learned through my realtor,
Okay, who's your realtor?
Jessica from Prime Real Estate.
Okay. And then, is this your first home? Are you moving from your parents' home? Are you...
Yeah, I'm a first-time home buyer, and I do live with my mother because she's disabled, but I have 2 children, so I'm in the process of trying to get my own.
Okay. Okay.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Let's see if we can talk to Ms. Rosen. What about Mr. Martinez? Jose, how are you? How did you hear about the program?
Through a friend.
From a friend?
Yeah. I guess they were doing the same thing.
Pardon?
I guess they were doing the same thing.
Okay. So, are you currently renting? You live with your parents?
Yeah, with my mom.
Live with your mom, so this is truly your first time
Yeah.
buying a home?
You two are a first-time buyer then?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Let's see, let me let somebody else pick somebody.
Marcus Flores. How did you hear about the program?
I'm my realtor, Mitzi
Who's the
Mitchell.
realtor?
Mitzi Mitchell.
See, I'm a realtor as well, so I always ask who's your realtor. Most of the time I know.
And we're pretty proud of our program, so we like to know that realtors and banks are helping advertise and help bring good people to Hammond. So we're always curious as to where that, trying to keep track of that information, so. And it's the same question, I guess, are you a first-time buyer, or?
Yes, I live in an apartment right now.
Good. Well, congratulations on home ownership, so.
Well, one-bedroom apartment with a baby on the way, so I got to upgrade.
You'll find issues with home ownership too, but that's okay.
Yeah. Okay, any other questions?
And one more, how about, Andina?
Neverete. Señora Neverete.
I don't speak too much English.
We can help there.
Yes, ¿cómo usted oyó del programa de nosotros?
Eric del Real me dio el número de teléfono, yo llamé aquí
Oh, qué bueno.
y hice la cita.
Ok, qué bueno. Felicidades.
Gracias.
Good. Y el nombre de su...
You gotta help us, Commissioner.
Yeah, I like it. You gonna tell us
Yes.
what you just said?
Yes, I am. Sorry. She heard about the program through the realtor, and I'm going to ask her who the realtor... ¿Cuál es su realtor?
¿Manda?
El señor que le...
Eric del Real,
Sí.
él me dio el número y para
¿El
venir.
nombre otra vez?
Eric, Eric del Real, algo así.
Eddie?
Ajá.
That's fine.
Okay.
Company?
Sí, ¿se recuerda el número o el nombre de la compañía de él?
Oh, no.
¿Es de aquí, de la ciudad de...?
Sí, ese es Hammond.
Okay, Hammond Realtor. Okay, well, gracias por comprar una casa aquí. ¿A dónde vive usted ahora?
Vivo con mi hermano, yo me divorcié hace 3 años y vivo, él me está dando el permiso de estar con él un momento mientras busco mi casa
She lives with her.
para mis hijos y para mí.
Okay, well, gracias por contestar las preguntas.
Ok, gracias.
Miriam, you want to share?
I did. I said she lives with her brother here in Hammond.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what, we won't discriminate. We got one more person. We might as well ask him too. How are you, sir?
I'm good, how are you?
All right, so how did you hear about the program?
My uncle, he works for the water department in Hammond.
Oh, okay. So are you currently renting or with parents?
I'm living with my parents right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
this will be your
first
first
time,
home?
first time home buyer.
Oh, congratulations to all of you.
Thank
That's
you.
cool.
Congratulations all, and good luck.
Okay, well, we haven't,
We haven't done that
yeah,
yet.
we haven't.
Miss-
Mr. President, I make a motion to approve the homebound conditional forgivable loan approval for the 5 applicants.
Second,
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the homebound conditional forgivable loan approval for the 5 applicants that are here tonight. If there's no further questions or discussion, roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Yes, motion passes, 5 yes.
Congratulations to you all.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Good luck to you.
And for you, Mike.
You're welcome to stay, but you are excused if you're, you know, so.
If you need to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Do we get an approval letter of the, Okay, thank you.
Good night. Buenas noches.
Good night. Okay, moving along, number 6, approval of the 2015 annual report of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission.
Commissioners, you have in your packet an annual report of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission for fiscal year ending December 31st, 2015. We prepare this in conjunction with Sender and Company. This is something that's mandated by the state that every year we have to submit. You have certain deadlines, so it's a lot of information. It really talks a lot about the allocation areas and specifically some of the assessed values in the allocation areas, balances, and a little bit about obligations as well. So tonight we're looking for approval of the report so we can submit it.
Mr. President, I make a motion for the approval of the 2015 annual report of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission.
I second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the 2015 annual report of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission. Seems to be all in order. Is there any questions or discussion at this time on this report? Okay, then roll call.
Yes.
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 Yes, motion passes, 5 yes. Okay, number 7, approval of 2017 captured notice payment to the Lake County Auditor's Office.
Commissioners, you have in your packet the capture notice that we have to send to Lake County every year. Again, it's specifically in regards to different allocation areas. And as you can see, Sender and Company help us prepare this. And obviously, we're looking for approvals of this as well.
Would you mind giving me a layman's version of this? I read it, and I'm,
Confused.
I got, like I say, it doesn't jump out. I mean, we're contacting the auditor because.
It essentially is telling the county that we've reviewed all the different properties that are in all these separate allocation areas. And so we understand that whenever you're dealing with allocation areas, there's always going to be assessed values. And so obviously based on the assessed value, how much money is being paid to the different entities, not just the redevelopment, but civil city, school city, libraries, et cetera. So all this is saying that if we had any issues, we would have already submitted those issues and turned them into the county, and and we wanted adjustments, and actually there were a few things that we had to talk to the county about, and Senator and company helped us prepare that and submit that. For example, there was a few allocation areas where there was parcels that were not in the allocation area, although they were supposed to be. The assessed value was not showing it was part of the allocation area, so we had to submit that and let them know that we wanted that corrected. So that's essentially what it is. It's just a report every year that we submit to let them know that we've reviewed, we've made any changes or had any issues or corrections, and beyond that.
We've kind of self-audited.
That's correct.
And what is the certified technology park allocation area? Does that include all the properties?
No, Technology Park actually is there's a map basically in downtown Hammond. This was something that was created over 12 years ago, and it was an opportunity that was given to the city in which if you wanted to submit and create a technology park, you then could actually capture some of the revenue from employment taxes that are paid in that map, whatever that map is that you created. So we actually created a technology park. This was under Mayor Delo, and I believe it was every 4 years we had the opportunity to recertify, and we've always done that. However, there was a maximum amount of $5 million that you could receive, and I think we're at the ceiling of that at this point. So we don't actually, I think last year was the first year we did not actually receive anything in the technology park. However, we still have that account. There are still funds in the account, so there are opportunities in downtown Hammond that we're looking at to use the technology park funds. But you can only use them specific to the map that you created, although it's been altered over the years. It's really focused on downtown Hammond.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mr. President, I move we approve, where is it? Approval of 217 capture notice payment to Lake County Auditor's Office.
Second that.
Okay, we have
I still can't find
a
it.
motion and a second on the 2017 capture notice payment to the Lake County Auditor's Office. If there's no further questions or discussion, we have a roll call then.
Yes.
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 Yes. Motion passes 5 yes.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you,
welcome.
Bill, too, for
Yes, sir.
updating us on that. Number 8, authorization to advertise for the sale redevelopment owned property located at 5748-50 North Cott Avenue.
Commissioners, we actually can remove this from the agenda or take no action on it. This was property that a resident of the city brought to us and said they'd like to take ownership of it. And originally, when they came to us, in the Lake County GIS system, it showed that it was owned by redevelopment. However, GIS has since been fixed, and this property actually is owned by the city of Hammond. So therefore, he's going to have to go through Board of Works to get this accomplished. So we don't need to take any action on this.
Okay. Sounds good.
Just vacant land, just out of curiosity?
Yeah, it's vacant land, but it's strange. It actually cuts across his property. Well, it's obviously City of Hammond property, but if you were to go up, it looks like a home, and halfway up the sidewalk is where his property line begins, and the half sidewalk down is our property. So it's just never been corrected over the years, and so we're trying to correct that issue. And really, the reason he brought it up to us is because he's been maintaining the property for all these years, and he finally said, you know, if I'm going to spend the time, you know, landscaping and cutting the grass, pulling weeds, I'd rather have ownership of it instead of doing that on behalf of the city. So it's really just I think the Board of Works eventually will approve the sale of this property to this gentleman because I think it makes the most sense.
Okay, then we're gonna move along to number 9 then. Authorization to allow Dennis Radowski to sign documents on behalf of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission for listing and sale of NSP property located at 6712 Colorado Avenue.
You have in your packet a letter from me, and this is similar to what we've done in the past with several NSP properties where Dennis can act on our behalf for the sale, representation, and actually closing of when we actually sell the property.
I have seen the house too. It's really came out very well, that house.
So a lot of great NSP properties throughout the city. It's been one of our successful programs that we've run. And I know this started, I think we first got the money back in 2010. And so it's been a long time. This is, 6 years in. And Dennis has done a great job. And, obviously we're at the tail end. We haven't received any NSP funding in a long time. But as you sell a home, new funding comes in, so you can continue to take on as many houses as you can, depending on what the funding will allow. We're also working with him now because we're paring down our home rehab program, and we're using home rehab funds with United Neighborhoods, Inc., because every year the home funding has been decreased, and it got to the point where it didn't make sense to have 2 staff members working on a home rehab program where you might have worked on, say, 12 houses. So we're obviously working in conjunction with United Neighborhoods, Inc. on that program now.
Seems like every meeting we're allowing Mr. Radowski to sign documents, which is good news. So, Mr. President, I move we allow the authorization for Dennis Radowski to sign documents on behalf of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission for the listing sale of NSP property located at 6712 Colorado Avenue.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to allow the authorization Dennis Radowski to sign documents on the behalf of the Hammond Redevelopment Commission for listing and the sale of the NSP property located at 6712 Colorado Avenue. If there's no further questions or discussion, roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Yes, motion passes, 5 yes. Okay, number 10, our reports. Mr. Phil Talon, would you like to share anything tonight?
Just open my planner real quick, make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I don't know. On March 24th, City of Hammond Redevelopment will have its annual job fair. That'll be, I believe it's at the Civic Center, and it begins at 11 o'clock. We've had one every year since I've been here. They've been very successful, and it seems like the amount of companies that have attended the fair continues to go up every year. And it just shows there's quite a few companies out there that are hiring right now and need people that, good workers to enter and join their company. So if you get a chance, if you're free, stop in, walk around. You'll see just how popular it's become. Because it's not just the amount of companies that are there, it's the amount of people that show up for the job fair as well. Not all of them are unemployed, but they might just be looking for another opportunity. And this is a great place to find one. So if you get a chance, stop by.
Is it just Hammond companies, or companies can come from anywhere?
There's company outside of Hammond as well. We invite as many companies that have employment opportunities, and obviously we don't limit it to Hammond residents as well. It's really open to anybody. So.
And are the hours, you said 7? Is it 7 to 3? 7 to 3?
11 to
11.
Yeah,
Sorry, 11?
11 o'clock. I apologize.
Okay.
I don't have, if you're saying, if Karen is saying 3 o'clock or Commissioner Myrick's, I don't have the ending time. But I know it begins at 11 o'clock, and typically it'll end around 3 or 4 o'clock, somewhere in that time.
Thank you. Bless you.
Besides that, we will very soon, I will be sending you an email for the Starbucks groundbreaking. It probably will not be next week, but potentially the week after that. So it's coming up very soon. They've already fenced off the property, and they're about to begin. So as soon as we have that date, I will get it to you. It'll definitely be prior to our next redevelopment commission meeting, so we'll have to send you an email, so keep an eye out for that. Besides that, I'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Speaking of fencing, I see, fencing around Pennies. Is that scheduled or getting close?
The permit actually was issued as of about an hour ago. So originally, the starting time for the external demolition, because a lot of internal demolition has already occurred. The starting time for the external was supposed to be tomorrow at 9 a.m. That might be pushed back a day or so because the permit was just issued, but it will begin either at the end of this week or the beginning of next week. And obviously, the Hammond Times has done an article on it, and it was actually picked up nationally by some other organizations, which was interesting. I was listening to a country music station from Chicago on the way in, and they actually made an announcement about the demolition of the JCPenney building. So apparently, it's got some interest from other folks as well.
Country people like when things get blown up.
There you go.
The south of the post office on the west side of the road looks like some major undertaking. What's going on there?
You're talking about off of Seoul?
Yes.
That is that's going to be a new senior living facility. It's being done by a group called Vermilion. We've been working on that project probably almost 2 years now, and I would imagine they've actually been in here. It might actually have been prior to you becoming a commissioner, but it's a senior living facility. We're very excited about it. It's a very large investment. I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but one thing that we've been looking at for quite a few years is some opportunities for seniors throughout the entire city. This just happened to be a site that has been available. It's been vacant for a long time, and this group, Vermilion, obviously submitted it to the state. Anytime you're doing a senior facility like this, or most times, there's going to be some sort of tax credit program involved, and this one is. They receive tax credits from the state. So obviously, it's the construction or the dirt's already being moved around, and the fence is up. So I think it won't be too long. You'll see them pouring the foundation.
I noticed that on the corner of State Line and Soul, the old Walgreens is going to be a dialysis center.
That's correct, yes, which is good. That property's been vacant for a while now, ever since Walgreens closed. I know there's been a lot of groups that have looked at it. One thing that we appreciate is Walgreens has been very picky about who they would let move into the building or take ownership of the property, because there's been a few groups that approached them that they said no to, which we appreciate. And in the end, it's going to be a new dialysis center, and I think it'll be, successful and,
No, Sylvia and State Line.
Downtown.
Oh, Seward State.
downtown Hammond, right?
They're right there on the.
Yeah, no, I got it. That's my fault.
Any other questions, comments? I like the questions, that's good. All right.
All right, thank you, Phil. Okay, then, number 11, our bills, register of claims.
Mr. President, I'd like to make a motion to pay the register of claims for September 13th, 2015 through March 9th, 2016. Register of claims R52421 through R53151.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second for the register of claims, September 13th, 2015 through March 9th, 2016. That's claims R52421 through R53151. Is there any questions or discussion on the claims? Okay, roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Yes. Motion passes 5 yes. Okay, number 12, new and unfinished business.
If I may be so bold, without making it a plug here, this Saturday is St. Baldrick's Day. I happen to know the mayor is going to be shaving his head for a good cause, as am I, by the way. So if you're feeling good about yourself, so you want to go to stbaldricks.org, it all goes to a good cause, children's cancer, so just a fundraiser this weekend.
That is a good cause.
And if anybody wants to get their head shaved, you are more than welcome, by the way. We do have that option of, too.
Okay. Number 13, public comment. Anybody like to come forward? You got 3 minutes. Okay, public comment closed. Before we adjourn, I'd just like to acknowledge Councilwoman at Large, Janet Inez. Thank you for coming out. Okay, number 14.
Mr. President, I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Can you all signify by saying aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Meeting adjourned.